Day trading can be one of the most confusing ways to make money, especially as a beginner. I know this because 12 years ago, I started out on my journey thinking I could figure it all out on my own and wasted more money and time than needed. So in this video, I'm breaking down exactly what I would do if I was to start trading in 2025, condensed down into a 3-step framework, taking you from complete beginner to consistently profitable. Step number 1 is obviously getting started, but before we get started, we need to crumple up the thoughts of the profits, get rid of that, throw it in the bin, focus on the skill and competency. The profits will follow after that. If we don't do that, we're already at a disadvantage. We'll be chasing trades, FOMO, we'll have all these things creep in. So focus on the skill and competency, profits will follow after that. Then we need to understand what trading really is. Now, this is a massive one. You see it all over social media. Trading is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is a long-term project that you need to build yourself and understand we're working in probabilities to give us that longevity within the market. So we need to learn the core mechanics of trading. And what do I mean by that is obviously entries, stop loss, and take profits. We need to understand what these mean, what they do, and also buy limits, sell limits, those sort of things as well, which will come in handy in your trading as well. Setting your stop loss at areas where your trade will be invalidated, and then your take profit at areas of liquidity or opposing trend lines if that's what you were looking to trade. Then we need to introduce risk management. So understanding that risk management is the most important part of our trading. If we don't get this right, we're going to be blowing account after account after account. So I always risk between 0.5% and 1% per trade, depending if it's an A plus setup, 1%, if it's an A setup, 0.5%. The reason I do this is I know I can go on losing streaks, which is totally normal in trading, and still be in the game. We need to just stay in the game in this phase. Next is journaling our every move. What I mean by journaling is screenshot before, during, and after your trades, and also the lead up. For example, if your routine is in the morning, you trade London session, we need to focus on what we're feeling before that as well, because then we can build a pattern and data and collect that. We know where we're going wrong and where we're going right, and we can obviously adjust that. We can just go back on screenshots. You will see patterns in that. So that is one of the most important aspects of it. I do it still to this day on a daily. After that, we need to figure out what our trading routine is going to be. So I'll break down mine for you. This is very important because if you come to the charts rushed, it will have a detrimental effect on your trading. It'll just be a knock-on effect to the whole day. So my personal trading routine is I'm up at 5:30 in the mornings. I trade at 7, but in between that, I am on for 6:15. This is one of the most important things that people really struggle with is we need to stick to one time frame when we're starting off, and we need to stick to one setup. So although you will choose one strategy, that strategy may have 5 or 6 different entry methods, right? So stick to one time frame and one strategy and entry method when you start. You can look to introduce others as you move on through your progression. So now we are step 2, intermediate phase, moving from theory to execution. What we're going to do in this phase is we're going to introduce a live account. Now that sounds scary, and it should be, because it gives you that emotional attachment when you're trading. Your trading may change slightly because you've got that emotional attachment to the money in the live markets. Even if it's a small amount of $100, that is your hard-earned money, and it will change your emotions and trading slightly. So what we're going to do is we're going to track every trade through that process as well, because when the emotions come into play with real money, it may be slightly different to your results on a demo. So we need to nail this as well. Obviously, you're identifying your strategy in this phase as well. So in the live markets, your emotions may suit a certain setup better than others because you're more confident with it. So we need to really dial that in. Me, for example, even to this day, after 11 years in the industry, believe it or not, I still like to see shorts over longs. My eyes adjust to it easier. I prefer taking shorts, and I see it a lot easier. My brain computes it a lot better. So we need to really dial in that strategy and understand which our eyes sort of adjust to better. We're going to go right into a deep dive and understand sort of market structure, liquidity, and all those sort of things and what they actually mean. You may be trading a different strategy, but you need to understand the actual core concepts of what you're trading. And another one to add on top of that is your session. So in the markets, in a demo and things like that, you may notice from that backtested data that you prefer trading London session, you prefer trading New York session. So now we really need to dial that in and only trade in those sessions. So now you can see we are sort of condensing everything that we are doing so we can understand the markets better and where we perform better. On top of that, when we are not in the live market, a good tip is to backtest, because if you were getting FOMO of the market and fear of missing out, even though your setup is not there, number one, backtesting will give you that backtested data to give you the confidence and conviction to place your trades. And number two, it will stop you over trading because you can scratch that itch essentially. Moving on from that, when we've completed all these steps, we're then going to go on to focusing on risk to reward, not the win rate. Everyone focuses on win rate. What's your win rate? What's this? What's that? The win rate is irrelevant. And what do I mean by that? For example, if you have got a 1 to 10 risk to reward, so risking 1%, you gain 10%. How many trades can you lose and still be in profit? If I lose 9 trades, I'm 9% down in a row. If I win one, that gives me 10% back, so I am now 1% in profit. Now, this isn't a real representation, but understand risk to reward. You don't have to have an 80-90% win rate. My win rate is 50 to 55%, and I'm still majorly profitable. Now we've implemented all this, at the end of every week, I want you to go back and review all of your losses through your journal to understand your emotions and thought process through every single trade on the live account, because these emotions will change. You'll have less confidence and conviction because you'll be worrying, but these are the things you just need to go back to when you're on the demo account and really, really dial in. Now, step 3 is get smart, scale up, systemize, and build a trader's lifestyle. Now, the first way we're going to do that, we're going to treat trading like a business as it should be. This is not some hobby or side income. You're looking to go full-time at trading. We need to be treating it like a business. Now, how we're going to do that is we're going to build a daily routine. Now, you've trialed all these daily routines moving through step 1 and step 2. You may find that your preferred routine suits your trading style to a certain degree. You may have 3 routines that you've trialed and you pick one, and we stick with that one because it sticks with your sessions that you prefer to trade and your setups as well. So after that, we're then going to move to the funded accounts. Now, this gives the in-between mindset, emotions of having a demo account and your live capital attached to that, because obviously when you pay for an account, you've got an emotional attachment, but obviously you are not trading your own capital. So what we're going to do with a funded account is we're going to start off small first, because you need to be able to understand that larger numbers are going to have a slightly negative effect on your trading. And this is where we need to sort of level up and become conditioned to those larger numbers. So start off with the smallest account. A 10K account will probably do the trick, and then we can slowly scale as you get conditioned to those numbers. We're then going to focus on consistency over intensity. So what that will do is it will allow you to only take A+ setups. Now, if you found through this whole program that you prefer London session over New York session, we're just going to trade London session, and we're going to focus on that consistency of only taking A+ setups. If we don't see a setup on a specific day, a Monday, for example, we move to the Tuesday. If we take a loss on the Monday, we then move to the Tuesday as well. So 1 win or 1 loss a day, we're going to focus on consistency over intensity. We're then building our good habits on the funded account. Now, what do I mean by this? Now, you're going to have slightly different emotions while you're being conditioned to the monetary value of a funded account, because that's obviously larger numbers. So we can also journal that as well. And we're also going to nail in our pre-market prep, which obviously falls into our daily routine. Now, at this stage, trading stops becoming about chasing trades and more about managing yourself. Now, these 3 steps, I wish that someone had taught me before I started trading, because I went in the same old circles that you have, hopping from strategy to strategy without a proper systematic approach. Now, this is just an overview. If you want to see my free training on what strategy we trade, hit the link below. It will be in the description. I hope that has helped beginner traders in specific, or any traders struggling. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.